Hey Costa, what is American cheese?
A bunch of other discarded cheeses emulsified together.
What? Why do I cry when I cut onions?
Because there are sulfurous compounds in the onions that get in your eyes. If you wear goggles, you can block them. If you keep the root on, you can also keep them from being released.
Can you get poisoned by eating celery?
Yes, if you eat too much, a sunburn-like rash will go across your face.
What? That's bullshit.
No, it's real.
Prove it.
Get the celery, Jeff!
There's 52 cards in every deck, and there is 52 weeks in the year. 365 days in a year. If you were to count up every spot in a deck of cards, it equals 365. No matter how you mix a deck, of course, there's 4 suits, there's 4 seasons. Kind of crazy, but there was a guy who used a deck of cards even differently. He used it as like a Bible because the ace reminded him there was only one God. The 2 halves of the Bible are the Trinity or the 4 Gospels, 6 days in which God created the heavens and the earth, the 7th day on which he rested. He even had the 10 Commandments and Jesus Christ, the King of my heart. Now the thing is, if you heard any of that before, it's because it's an old country song and it's an old story about a kid at war who uses a deck of cards as the Bible. And that's the thing, is these guys at war fought for the freedom that we could even tell stories like this. So thank you to all who served for the religious freedom we have in America.
How to react when you get pulled over by the police. The first step is to record your phone, put it on the dashboard, roll down your window, and put your hands on the steering wheel. You're not going to make any sudden movements until you talk to the police because you don't want them to think that you're hiding something, and then you're going to say this.
Officer, my driver's license is in my pocket. Is it okay if I reach for it?
Now's a good time to inform the officer that you're recording this conversation.
Sir, I am recording this conversation on my phone, which is located on the dashboard.
If the police order you out of the car, you have to get out of the car, but that doesn't necessarily give them the right to search your car.
I will get out of the car. Before I do, I will roll up my window and pick up my phone that's on the dashboard and continue recording this conversation.
You have no obligation to talk to the officer about your day, so this is what you say if they start asking you questions.
Sir, again, I would not answer any questions unless I have my lawyer present.
Best tip I can give is make sure you're respectful to the officer and make them feel safe. That will better increase your chances of having a successful interaction.
So, Marvin, what have you got to destroy my brain today? There are only 2 days in your entire lifetime that aren't 24 hours. The day you're born and the day you die. Oh, so you decided you just want to annihilate my brain today. The rich used to pay the poor for entertainment, but today we pay the rich for entertainment. I promise you one day I'm going to find out if you're alien. I promise you. When you make a face, your skull doesn't move. It's just your skin and your muscles shifting and bending in different positions to make a smile. Clapping is just giving yourself a high five for someone else's hard work. Why do you do this to me? Why do you insist on torturing me? Knocking on someone's door is just you basically punching their house until they give you attention. I'm sorry, Marvin, what universe have you drifted off to that just has brought you to this point? Walking is just you continuously screwing up your balance and falling into your other leg. Marvin, I promise you, you've literally destroyed every brain cell I've had. The only reason you really want to make money is just to get rid of it all in the end. Holy cow. I'm on another level. I'm out.
Hi, welcome to another Tik Tok. Woo! I'm going to clear up some confusion today about Tourette's syndrome versus a chronic tic disorder. Woo! What sets Tourette's apart from other kinds of chronic tic disorders is the presence of at least one vocal tic and multiple complex motor tics. If you don't have both of those at the same time for more than a year, then you just have a chronic tic disorder and not Tourette's.
What's up, girl?
Hi.
Hey. Now, what the side hug really means is we're platonic friends, and I'm only hugging you because it's formal and we can't shake hands like dudes do. How you been?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. What's up, girl? Hey. Now, what the ass back hug really means is you're the touchy-feely type, and I know if I get any closer, your hand's gonna start roaming. You're the type to grab my ass and say, "Oops, I thought it was your waist." What's up, girl? How you? Now, what the affectionate hug really means is I love hugging you, and I would hug you longer, but I don't want things to get awkward. I'm gonna go back in. Hey, what's up? Make sure you heart this video and follow me for more.
So I saw a psychological trick that if you show or say a certain number to someone throughout the day, that there's a 90% chance that they're going to get that number stuck in their head throughout the day without them even knowing it. In this case, I'm using 6. Kenzie, what's 6 times 6?
36. Why?
Oh, okay. Kenzie, guess what time it is right now? Without looking. No, look.
Oh, 106. I was close.
Wait, did you have to be home at 6?
No, 5.
Oh, okay. Kenzie, look at how much this mirror zooms in.
3 times?
Yeah, how much are those? I want to get them.
697. Hey, that's not bad.
Okay, I don't know if this is working, but I guess we'll find out. What number month is June?
June.
Yeah.
6.
So 1 through 50, and I'm going to guess your number, okay?
Okay. Do I write it now?
Yeah.
Okay.
6.
How'd you know?
You ever wonder where it goes? Let's follow it. This is a lift station. Yum. This is the headworks. This is our SAM tank, or equalization basin as you might know it. This is an almost empty SBR. And these are full ones, in various modes of reaction. The waste from the reactors goes to the digester. The digester has 2 phases. 1, which is younger stuff, and 2, which is older stuff. The older stuff gets ran through a centrifuge. Look at that shit. That gets tossed in a landfill, like this one. The cleanish water off the top of the reactors goes to a chlorine contact chamber that finally ends up in a spray field.
A lot of people are asking me, what the fuck is in your mouth? So I will show you. This is a digital synthesizer, specifically the Mini Nova. The synthesizer plugs in to the Rocktron Banshee talk box. The Banshee amplifies the sound out of the speaker, so when I press a note, when the tube is plugged in, the other end is here, sound comes out of this end. And I put the tube in my mouth. I don't make any sound with my voice box. All I do is move my mouth around the sounds. And this is a side-by-side with stronger, with sound. We can make it do it, makes us harder, better, faster, stronger. And without sound. And this is a custom patch that I made for that extra spice.
So a lot of people were asking, when I'm on the green screen doing the weather, how do I see what I'm pointing at? And in case you don't know, this is called a chroma key wall, and this is where we give the forecast at. Back in the control room, the technology actually takes everything that's green and replaces it with our weather map. So I'm actually pointing at nothing, but not really, because we have monitors galore, so I can see what I'm pointing at when I'm facing any direction. Off to the right, I can see. Right below the camera, I can see. And over to the left, I can always see, no matter where I look, what I'm pointing at in the camera.
So when it comes to learning about the artifacts we find in Egypt, they really don't show you the good stuff. This is one of the granite boxes located in the Serapeum in Saqqara. The lid by itself weighs 30 tons and the box itself is 70, so it's 100 tons of stone sitting there. The surface of the stone is laser precision flat. When a high precision ruler is placed into the corners, they form a perfect 90-degree angle. Let's also point out how reflective the surface of the stone is. You can see his finger and that ruler reflecting in the bottom of that lid. The box itself is carved from a single block of granite, so whoever made it hollowed the inside of it out. That same precision ruler also fits in these recessed 90-degree angles. Ask anyone who works with granite how to form recessed 90-degree angle corners like this, and they will not know what to tell you. These are the type of tools supposedly used to carve these kind of objects: stone, copper, and wood. You be the judge. Oh, and by the way, there's 24 of them underground. No soot was found in any of the passageways, showing a fire was not used to light any of the hallways. This ancient box is an example of something that we cannot do with our current modern technology.
So a lot of you know I like going to public baths here in Japan, so I figured I'd film my experience going to one. First things first, you take your shoes off, which is super common for public baths, and you'll put your shoes into a shoe locker, and the key you'll keep with you throughout your time in the facility. Next, you purchase your ticket. I typically choose the 600 yen ticket, which is more or less $6. which is a huge steal considering that this particular facility has like massage parlors, a restaurant, snack shop, and the bath. And here is where the guys and girls will split to go into their changing rooms. Oh look, the changing room that I'm actually not supposed to film. So after the bath is finished, I like to go to this little Anpan Man vending machine that lights up and sings to you when you approach it and get me some strawberry milk. It's very common in Japan to drink milk after you finish a public bath. And that's on cultural awareness.
Take a really close look at the coins in your house. On the tail side, if you see a really fine seam like this, it's probably hard to see on the camera. See that seam that goes all the way around? This could be what's called a covert coin or a spy coin. Some of these are still in circulation. This one's from 1977. If you find one of these, get a ring like this, one that it'll sort of fit inside without falling through. Maybe try your mom or dad's wedding ring, and then bang it against a hard surface. Sometimes it takes a couple hits, and that'll like dislodge. What the heck? What is that?
Really weird human body facts that I can guarantee you didn't know. This one depends on you a little bit, but the average human body has enough fat in it to make over 7 bars of soap. If you lose your hand and then get it reattached, even if all mobility and feeling comes back, no matter what you do, the skin on that hand will never get wrinkly in water ever again. It just loses that ability. Us women are actually programmed to forget the pain of childbirth a few months after it happens. This is why we continue to have kids. We're like, oh my god, that was traumatic and so painful. I never want to do that again. And our body's like, nah, forget about it.
Apparently, male testicles have taste buds, and I am disgusted at the American education system for allowing me to graduate both high school and college without finding out this information. I double-checked the Google research, and it turns out we can taste sweet flavors and specifically umami, which is the amino acid in soy sauce. Now, I'm sure a lot of people have already tried this because I cannot imagine being a male learning this and not testing it myself. But I got myself some soy sauce and a nice bowl of china because this is a special occasion for me. Need just enough to soak it good. Maybe a little. I don't know how much to do. That feels like a good amount. And don't be rude. The Bible and the Quran don't say anything about premarital ball dipping in soy sauce. Moment of truth, we're going in. Dude. It's real!